What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the other side of the Firewall podcast. We talk the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So continue to check us out throughout the week. So again, Monday, Tuesday, our topics. Wednesday, discussion. Thursdays, Ask a CISSP, where I talk to somebody who's either in the industry or adjacent to it. Those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers. And then Fridays, everything else, movies, plus games, just like today. So very little cyber. So with that being said, Shannon, how was your week?
It was good, man. I don't have any real complaints. My youngest daughter, she had a musical performance at her school, man. Like, I came to the realization, like, I think I'm gonna miss not being able to have any more children of my own. Like, it's grandparent stage at this point, right? Like,
Right, you've entered that phase.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, she had a little speaking part. Like, they'd have some of the kids go up and do this part before they do the musical performance. It's all of like 5 seconds, but I found myself getting a little teary eyed. I ain't cry. The tear didn't run down. I ain't cry. I'm putting it out there like that. I ain't cry.
You know? Get back in there, tear.
Yeah. My eyes got a little wet though. I was just like, man, like this is kind of the end of this. And it's weird because the groomer that we go to in the neighborhood for our dogs, she just had a baby a couple months ago, 2 months ago. And she sat right there near us, and my wife was holding the baby, and I was like, man, I could see this again. But I'm like, no, Shannon. There were sleepless nights. There's all this stuff. You got remember all the other stuff that goes with this, right?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how you do it. You have a kind heart. Like, I'm like, what was that movie? Full Metal Jacket. Slap that baby out your hand. It's a bomb. Slap that baby out Shannon's hand.
I didn't hold the baby. My wife did, right? But as I'm looking at her doing it, I'm just like, oh man, I could see it. You know what I mean? But let's just bring it to the point where it becomes grandkids. You know what I mean? Because then you can send them home, right? They can only come by temporarily.
Exactly. Sugar them up, get some loud toys, pack them up.
But it was a realization I came to this week. I was like, man, I think I'm going to miss this, right? I find myself, I don't know if you have this, I know you have Apple products as well, but I get through my email, I get the on this day for my pictures and whatnot that I've taken to get emailed to me, and I see some of them, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like my youngest son, I see pictures of him when he was younger. I was like, back when he liked me, you know what I mean?
There it is.
I tell myself, you know what I mean? He's a preteen now, right? So it's just like, I stop him probably from doing things that he wants to do, and he's like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's wild, man. But did that TV watching, man. I found myself, I don't know what triggered me to do it, but the new Star Treks, I started rewatching them again, like the movies, you know what I mean? And maybe because I was seeing the commercials for Star Trek, the Whole New World, like their season is coming up in May or June, I want to say that. Their new season's coming on, so I might have saw that and was like, man, I really did like those Star Trek movies, you know what I mean? So I started watching those again. But other than that, man, still in my documentary phase, man, just trying to watch these things about, murderers caught on camera, how they're getting caught and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. Like, I find myself going through my streaming services and I'm like, man, nothing sounds good to me. Like, I'll go through my list and I'm like, I don't feel like watching that right now. Yeah, I'm interested. I just don't feel like I'm not in the mood for it right now type thing. But yeah, it was a fairly slow week for me, man. Like I said, the children's performance. Yeah, that's kind of it. What about you, man?
Not a lot this week. You piqued my interest with the whole murder documentaries. I typed in like, what are the current murder rates? Because like with all these TV shows, right? There's a million CISs. There's the Matlocks and the reboots of Columbo. You cannot get away with it. Why do people still do it?
Natasha Lyonne or whatever.
That's Columbo, right? That's what it's based on.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's based on Columbo because we talked about it earlier on. Like because she already knows kind of what happened, or she's able to figure it out. It's very similar to him, but I think that's
it's the premise of the show.
The premise is she's like Columbo, but not a detective.
So I've been seeing the previews for the second season. They got a lot of special guest stars. Maybe it was way better than I thought it was. I might need to go back to it. I couldn't finish the first season. Like, it started out really good. Like, that first episode, I was like, oh man, this got me. As I kept watching, I was like, okay, they kind of got away from that formula, right? Which is what I'm seeing a lot more with these shows. Like, they hook you real early, and it's like, is what we do. But the second season, like I said, like it seems like there's a special guest star, like a big time actor every
Yeah, and it
every
was kind of like that
episode.
the first season. Like I got to the Lil Duval episode, was pretty good, but I didn't go past that, and I need to jump out. It's just too many shows. There's just too many shows. I don't understand. There's regular cable, and now there's all these apps, and none of them shared across. You got to get the app and the cable channel if you want to get everything. It's too many. But I digress. But yeah, I kind of want to jump back on that too, because yeah, I did see the guest list. I'm like, that's pretty good. Um, and I didn't hate it. It just it got kind of slow. I was just like, man, I'll come back, and I just never went back. Poker Face, that's what it's called, right?
Yep, Poker Face. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So, but yeah, I googled the stats, and they are much lower than they have been year over year. So people are murdering less because you have to think they're getting caught more, right? Because technology. So that's good.
Maybe I don't know.
Good job. Good job,
Well,
world.
yeah, or
This
some
is U.S. stats though.
yeah preventative measures out there. Well, you went to probably the murder capital, so yeah, that's fine. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
look at the FBI as of 2023. I couldn't find 2024 stats, but aggravated assault is down 2.8% since 2023. Good job. But back to what I did all week. So, um, not much, but need to get some studying in. I've been doing a little micro studying on LinkedIn Learning, just trying to figure out how things work in the financial sector, right? When it comes to risk and things of that nature, right? I'm used to uh, public sector, Department of Defense, and then I've had clients in in fintech, education, and healthcare. And now, my 9 to 5 is dealing with the financial sector. So the way that they perceive risk issues is different because of regulations, right? Like truth in lending and things of that nature. NYDFS. I'm learning a bunch of new frameworks on top of the regular 853, 171. GLBA, GDPR, like so there's all those frameworks, and then there's another 30 just for financial institutions. So I'm slowly processing all, but it's pretty cool. I'm glad to have it under my two belts. I feel like a Swiss Army knife over here. And then the pool's warm, so we keep the heater on now though to keep it at a static. So in the morning when it cuts on, it has to bump up another 3 degrees to get to 90. So we'll see what my electric bill looks like. See if I keep doing that. It also chills. I'm like, when would you ever need to chill the water? Like, is my
It's my
pool in
pool.
hell?
When it's crazy hot, look, man, you in Florida, man. Like it ain't like it's cool there all the time. We're coming up in May, man. So like
Yeah.
it'll be 95 degrees with 95% humidity soon enough, and you'll be like, it's
Right,
cool
right,
as
right,
thing.
right. So we'll see. I doubt I'll ever flip it to chill, but it's good to have the option in case, the water starts boiling for whatever reason. Like, oh, gotta turn it down.
What's the deepest part of your pool? Let me ask you that.
5 feet.
So I mean, if it was deeper, maybe it would stay cooler. But like it's at 5 feet, like that ambient sunlight or whatever you call it, like it's gonna warm it up pretty good, more than likely, right? Even though it's covered.
We'll see. It's my first instance of this. So right now we still trying to keep the chemicals in balance. Like I might have to ship it off to somebody else. It's a daily struggle. Um, because it'll hit perfection and then people get in it. And now it's not perfect anymore. So you gotta do some more. It's just like I didn't sign up for chemistry. All right. Didn't sign up for that. And then aside from that, what else is going on? So I'm still playing South of Midnight, going through pretty slow. The storyline, really good. The voice acting, really good. The graphics, amazing. Like it looks super pretty. I'm playing on the Series X. Combat, weak. It's just like another fight. It's just not fun.
You said it was repetitive, right? Like it's just
Very repetitive. Every fight is pretty much the same, just over and over again. So that's the weakest part of it. But still enjoying it. I'm glad to, and it's a smaller affair, so I should be done fairly soon. But since then, I've spun up. It's a game called Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Banger of a game. Like, I've only been playing it for a little bit. I think they say you can go to path it in like 20 hours. It's an RPG, a turn-based. I haven't played one of those in a while, but very stylish. Still has action in it, right? So when the enemy performs their attack, you have the ability to dodge and parry. So you can literally go through the entire game and never get hit. Because you got to be on a different level. So I get hit all the time. You're just trying to mitigate as much damage as possible, but like the perfect run, it's not for me. But really enjoying it. It's made by a small studio. It's very French. The studio's French. It's made of 33 people made this game. But it looks like a triple A, like big studio made it. Voice actors are amazing. So it's got Charlie Cox and Ben Starr as the characters, right? So And again, very French. Like the music is very French. The just it's a different aesthetic. Like it feels very Parisian. Like the architecture is just all out French, and you could be able to find these mini bosses that are hidden in their mimes, right? Because it's French, and it has like this little accordion jig that starts playing when you find the mime. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. My youngest Mason's been watching me play it. He likes it as well. My wife hates it. She hates turn-based RPG. She's like, it's so boring. How can you play this? I'm like, it's my thing. It was from childhood. Those type of games existed.
Hence your Final Fantasy love, right? Because Final Fantasy is like that, right?
Hmm. Yeah, well, at least old Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy now is pretty much all action. So, but it's a nice change of pace. I should get through it pretty fast. And then the other game being Oblivion got a remaster, and I'm not touching it yet. It's like that's 100+ hour game. I gotta get through Final Fantasy before I start playing like that.
I'm not familiar with Oblivion.
So think 360. So Morrowind are the games. Oblivion is the fourth of this Bethesda title. It was like a Xbox 360 like showcase game, right? And it has like amazing voice actors and whatnot. So they went through a third party to remaster all the visuals, and it looks gorgeous. But I just don't have the time for it right now. But it's also on Game Pass. So all these games are on Game Pass. I'm not paying for any of this. So I'm mooching off my subscription.
Not paying extra. That's what it is. You're
Not
not
paying
paying
extra. Yeah. Right.
What about Assassin's Creed, the one in Japan? Did you ever find?
So it's been crashing lately. Like I should have bought it on console. Like I bought it on PC and it's been kind of buggy, so I had to put it down for a little bit. I'm like, I'll wait until they fix a lot of these bugs. Like it came to a point where the foliage was attacking me. Like the game was gorgeous, but for whatever reason, like it looked like a windstorm. It started whipping a little bit, and then it just started. These trees are just like you can't see my hands, but they're going back and forth so fast that you can't see in front of you. I'm just like, what is going on? So I this is why I don't play PC games because they have some of the weirdest bugs, and it's just very distracting. The only reason I got it for the PC was because of how pretty it is, right? It would just as pretty on my PS5 Pro, but I wanted to see it in the extra ultra wide 32 by 9, and it looks gorgeous. But yeah, I gotta wait for them to fix whatever's going on.
Well, that's the trade-off, right? So, like, even though you have those bugs you have to deal with, like, whenever you get it on PC, like, it's always like the most beautiful version, right? Like, as good as consoles are now, it'll never match. Especially with some of these graphics cards that are out there now, man. Like, it'll never match what you can get on a PC. It's just
Right. Yeah, I came across this hill, and the sun was perfectly rising on the hill, and the light was being filtered through the blades of grass, and it looked so realistic. I was like, "Yo, I've never been here before." But yeah, it's super buggy right now. I don't know what's going on. That's pretty much it for games, and then obviously, working on the podcast, and getting all that stuff done. Manuscript is done. So that's finished. So got a cover for the guide, The Other Side of the Firewall. Still working on the title. So right now it's the true life stories of movie shakers and glass ceiling breakers, but it's a long title. So we'll see. And yeah, manuscript complete. It's out for edit. So when it comes back, I'll start rolling into my marketing campaign, right? So I don't want to keep asking people for money over and over again. So thinking of how do I roll this out and not be invasive, and catch people's attention because it's for the audience who's currently listening, right? Like it's 4.5 years worth of interviews and research, but also for those who don't even know about the podcast, right? A way to bring them in, or to like maybe they don't like podcasts or like reading. It's done pretty much. Just waiting to get the feedback of what I'm not an author by trade, so I'm sure they're gonna be like, well, this preposition needs to be all that English stuff. But so far, so good.
Did you pay attention to the draft? Or not really? See how your Bills did?
Yeah, I watched the first round. So we picked up a cornerback, which we needed desperately. So we made some moves. We brought back, well, we before the draft, we already brought back a bunch of people, right? Like Tre'Davious White's coming back and what have you. I was more interested in Sanders' son and where he was going to place in the draft. That's crazy. He went, what, fifth round?
Fifth round, yeah.
To the Browns, which already had four QBs. I don't get what's going on. I swear the all 32 team owners have a signal chat where they just be scheming because it doesn't even make sense.
I would not have believed it before this. Like, there's no way. You're not going to tell me there's 5 rounds, let's say 4.5 rounds of people worth of people that were better than him. You know what I mean? Like, it was definitely
The QB the Browns picked up. that drafted. Like they showed footage of him. Like I'm not trying to knock him. Like he throws the ball better than me, but barely. we have to. If we have,
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel was Oregon's quarterback, and they picked him up in the third round, right? So they had Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Deshaun Watson, right? And then it was Dylan Gabriel was drafted in the third round, and Shador in the fifth. I think they'll end up with three. Like the way I see it happening, Kenny Pickett's going to get cut in the preseason. He's not going to make it. Deshaun Watson's going to be on IR, so it's not going to count as a roster spot, right? So it'll be Flacco, which I don't care, right? He didn't do that great for us. And I say this with him having won a Super Bowl for us, right? But like the way he performed in that postseason, you never saw it before, you never saw it again after, right? So whatever. Good luck to you, Cleveland, with that. But it'll be him, Gabriel, and Sanders. So we'll see how it plays out. For me, my thing was I didn't want to see Pittsburgh pick them up, right? And I'm glad they didn't. Right. I'm glad they were incompetent in what they did. For those of you that don't know, I am a Ravens fan, so I would say worse than what I'm saying right now, but we try to keep it PG here, you know.
right, right. Yeah, I and people are saying, oh, we're turning into more than what it is, and he's not that great, not that good, and yada yada yada. It doesn't. The buzz and the stats don't make sense. So I believe it to be collusion. There it is. I believe it to be collusion. I can't speak today, um, because it doesn't. The team doesn't make sense, and the timing doesn't make sense. Even at its most incompetent stage, it feels very forced.
And this was a weaker quarterback class. I'm not saying that's not the case, but he was not that. You're telling me Cam Ward, who was the first one picked, right, from Tennessee, you're telling me he's that much worse than Cam Ward? Like, his numbers don't show that. Like, if you look at what he did in college from Jackson State to Colorado, and here's the thing, I'm not a Colorado fan. I'm a Penn State fan, right? So for me, it's not like I am loyal one way or the other, but I'm looking at the numbers and I've seen him play in the games. I've seen him outside of Travis, nobody can name anybody else except for Shador and Travis Hunter out of Colorado. The general public, right? Like you're telling me those are the only two players, and they had 9 wins this past season. It was one before they showed up, then it was 4, and then it was 9. Come on, what are we talking about here? 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, something like that.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Then I think his brother went undrafted, right? But he went undrafted, but he got picked up by the Bucks.
Did he? Okay, I didn't think Shiloh got drafted, but yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't get drafted, but the Bucks picked him up as a free agent. So they both made it into the league. So we'll see how things turn out this upcoming season. But they got him for like because of this, they got him for a steal, right? Like he's gonna get paid bare minimum. He'll probably take over as QB1 in the next couple of years, and then he'll have to negotiate a new contract. But it is whatever. Like he'll be fine. Like that. If anything, it'll be their loss in the next 3 to 5 years. But I digress. Aside from that, though, everyone will be excited for me that I got to switch to from Best Buy. So it took like 2 hours of refreshing and whatnot. I was doing work on like it was like midnight when I started, and their orders didn't go live immediately, but like immediately Walmart.com was overrun. I don't rock with Target, so I didn't go there. Amazon doesn't have any, and then GameStop was doing in person. I'm not going to sign a GameStop. I'm not saving you. So I went with Best Buy and Walmart, and Best Buy is where I got it from. 2 hours later, it was in my cart and purchased. So I gave Nintendo my interest. So if Nintendo comes through, I get the bundle. But if they don't come through because they're just overwhelmed by pre-orders, because Japan's like 2.2 million. They already told the Japanese audience that all of y'all ain't getting one. It's just too many pre-orders versus the amount of stock. So if Nintendo doesn't come through, then I got the non-bundle version from Best Buy. So either way, I got my butt covered. But if Nintendo does come through, I'll probably either cancel my Best Buy or reach out to family, see if they need it or what have you. So no scalping over here, folks. I don't do that. I hate it with a passion. But that's pretty much it for me. Probably chill this weekend for the remainder of the weekend, and then roll right into another week. So definitely continue to hit us up at all of the websites that go by our name, the other side of the Firewall, the other side of the FW, or Ask CISSP. Hit me up personally. I'm RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. You can find me pretty much everywhere, but LinkedIn is where I'm most active. Stay safe, stay secure.